All right, hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm trying to see if I have any feedback here. It doesn't seem like I have too much feedback. Let me go ahead and check the video live and see if we have any feedback before I continue. Because I did notice a lot of feedback in my other videos, so I'm just trying to make sure that don't have that issue right now. Where are we at? Cause the sound doesn't sound too bad, but I'm not sure yet. It doesn't sound too bad, but I'm not sure yet. Okay. All right. Well, it sounded good to me. So I've already started taking this PS3 apart, but let me go ahead and show you guys that. I'm not sure if I can even really aim this camera down. I can't really use this camera right now because I do have something else going on with the computer, which I don't want to interrupt. But maybe you guys will be able to see this if I lift it up. So PlayStation is, see that light? Then it just turns off. Okay. So I just noticed something there. Okay, it seemed like for a minute there the light was kind of flashing, so I wasn't sure. But this looks like it has been worked on before, so I don't expect much because it's been worked on before, and I don't know where or what was done to it. This was just given to me by a partner that I work with, and he's just like, "Hey, if you can fix it, then we can sell it." I don't really care to fix these older consoles for customers because I don't believe it's worth it fixing these older consoles. I believe they're quite pricey online, but I'm not sure. Um, okay, so we still have ribbon cables, just like the newer consoles. I'm not sure how this clip here works. Okay, I think that's it. And slowly, okay. And there we go. We have the top off. And now we can kind of look around and see what's going on. So you can already see that this is off. There's a clip here that seems to be damaged also. I'm not sure what that connects to. Okay, that connects to the disk drive. Um, let's just test it without that and let's see what we get. Let's just see what happens. Because that would mean that we'd probably need a power supply for this thing and all that good stuff. Still the same. Okay, and we have this metal plate right here. So I think what I'm going to do with that is, yeah, everything in here has already been taken apart. I doubt that we're going to get a fix on this, but we'll keep trying. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this repair because, like I said, it's not, price wise, don't think it's worth fixing these, so don't think I'm gonna get too many more of these that I have to fix. And I don't think it's a power supply issue because it does supply power to the unit. It just kind of turns off after a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is oh, it looks like it's been modded. Yeah, so this console has been modded, and that could be the cause of this issue. I don't even know what this mod is. I just know that I can see it. Definitely can see the mod. So let's go ahead. Let's take this power supply out. So I think what might have happened to this is something went wrong with like an update and it killed the console itself. I'll show you guys that mod. A lot of screws like always on these PlayStations. Even though it's an older device, they didn't let up on these. They didn't let up on the screws. They kept the million screw idea going. I know you guys can't see much of this, but actually now I can connect up this camera because the computer has finished its job over here. Yep. Okay. Are we not plugged up here? Or we're plugged in. Okay, very strange. Not getting any image from that camera. I was looking into some cameras the other day, trying to find something better. I don't want to get another webcam. They're not as good as actual um, like a Sony A601 or something like that, I think it was. It's not as good as those cameras, so we're looking into something like that. Why are we not activating camera? I don't get it. Okay, there we go. So you can kind of see what's going on here. Okay, there you go. Gotta wait till it stops shaking. Camera is bad. All right, let's zoom out, see if we get better. Still not focus. Uh, yeah, we're still not getting it to focus. All right, that's a little bit better. I don't think that screw needs to be taken out, so I'm not gonna take it out. Okay, so I guess I have to take out all of these screws then. Every single one of them must come out. And okay. I don't think I've worked on a PS3 before, and even if I did, that was a while ago. Long time ago. Since then, I don't remember working on one because I think I just kind of said I'm done working on them because the cost of the console to the price of the work doesn't make sense. And this is what I meant by that. So you can already see whatever was here. You can see that these looks like mods. These are, I don't see Sony putting those in. So I have to figure out what those are first, I believe. And then I can kind of either decide if I want to remove those or leave them on. Because they might not have anything to do with the behavior of the console at all. All right, let's test these and let's see which one is. Let's see if maybe we have a power supply issue. So I'm just gonna test these and see which one is which. So that's negative, this is positive. Negative, positive, okay? So I'm just gonna use my marker if I can find it, and I'm just gonna put a black dot right over here, and that way I know which one is the negative, okay? And let's go ahead and let's lift this. I thought I was gonna be able to just lift the board out, but it seems like everything comes out with it. Okay, so let's just lift the whole thing out because I don't understand what's holding it in. Yeah, a lot of melt in here. You can see some melt on this plastic. I'm not sure what happened to this console at all. What is holding it in? I'm not sure what's still holding it in. Okay, so there's pipes in there. I don't want to keep messing with those and end up breaking the pipes or whatever. But I'm not sure because there's no other screws. I don't see any screws here holding it in. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what else is holding the boarding. That doesn't make any sense. All right, well, let's just take out these screws right here. Uh, just gonna take the screws out the fan. I guess I don't know where else to go from here. Okay, so that's out. And then this thing seems to slide out, but like I said, I don't think I need to get this far into the content. Okay, so CPU has thermal paste, fresh thermal paste, so that means somebody got in here and replaced the thermal paste. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's put the screw back because it's not a thermal paste issue. There could be a short somewhere that I could search for. But I know that it's not thermal paste. Okay, that's fresh thermal paste. I want to say I probably should remove those, but for now we'll let them stay. And I actually think that what you're seeing is from the actual guy that uh, bring me these repairs. I think that mess is from him, like the thermal paste. I think that's from him. All right, so let's just remove the mods. Not that I think the mods have anything to do with it, but I'm just going to remove them just to get them out the way. Actually, let's see what these are. I'm just trying to see what these are. Because they don't come with the PS3. Okay, well, I can't find anything on those mods at all. Which I'm sure if I spend time later, I'll find something on them. But right now, as I'm quickly looking, I can't find anything. And now we just lost this little piece of tape that helps support this ribbon cable. Okay, so let's go. Oh man. And this is 12 volts, so turn up our power supply to 12 volts and see what happens. All right, 12.1 is what we got. Okay, and this side is the positive side here. We're getting a point. We're getting 900 milliamp draw immediately, which might be from these mods. I'm not sure what they're supposed to do anyway. So, uh, I strongly dislike when things have been modded and it's not by me because you kind of have to figure out what's going on. That's when it becomes not so fun. When you have to try to figure out what someone else did that possibly now could be causing you a pain. I need to put something underneath the power supply to kind of hold it up off the board. It has one little, has a few little things underneath it keeping up off the board, but I need to put something else. Just to make sure that, oh my gosh, okay. All right, we got this tape. We'll use this tape. I didn't want to waste this tape. Just gonna cut a few more pieces, and then hopefully it's enough to keep this from shorting out the board. I don't think it is. All right, we'll just stick this underneath here, like that. And get the back. Plug that up. And now let's get our power supply. And we're also going to need our power button to put back in here to test and see what we get when we try to power it up again. Should ground it. Will consume less power. I'm trying to remember where I put the ribbon cable. Okay, right here. Okay. And it's still the same. So I know that we have 1.8 volt, I believe is here. We have some fuses. Let's check these fuses and see what we get. Check fuses first, and then I'll come back and yeah, let's just disconnect power. We'll go around, we'll check a few fuses and see what we get. But I mean, we shouldn't have any problem with the fuses because the console is turning on. I mean, you could have one that's bad and it's causing the rest, but the CPU doesn't even get warm at all. Doesn't even have enough time for it to. Okay. Okay, so it seems like most of the fuses that I've tested so far are good. So it's not an issue with those. Hello? SDS. I think it's like 75 because I had to order the screen and screen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's just check a few capacitors and see if we have a short. Just gonna check real quick. Now they're not shorted only because you're making beeps, so that's why you see I'm not stopping and I'm not, because they're showing low resistance. They're not showing, a complete short. So I guess the only other thing would be to remove all of these off the board and then see what happens from there. That would be my next step, would be to remove these, try to power it up, see if it powers up, because one of these mods might be causing an issue with the console if they haven't completely killed the console. So I think that's what I'm gonna do now. If not, like I said, this was donated for educational purposes, so I don't really have to spend too much time on it. I can just be done with it, right? So as soon as I take these mods off and test it, if it's not working, I probably won't go any further because I don't plan on doing anything with this. And there we go. We've lifted all of them off the board. Board will kind of cool down on its own because it does have a huge uh, thermal pad on the other side of it. So not worried about it actually cooling off. It'll be fine. Just want to remove all this stuff off the board while it's a little warm. Okay, so we've removed that. And we can clean up this board a little bit. So we'll also do that. That's a real quick clean, nothing special. And we'll test again and see. I don't think the results are going to change much because I think that whatever issues the mods cause, that might be permanent damage. That's what we're looking for. Let's use a larger tip, which it doesn't seem like I have it here. Or actually, no, I don't have the larger tip here. I don't think this tip is going to work. It might be dead. Or at least that's what it. Yeah, this tip is dead. Super annoying. Just so I'm going to switch over to my Weller. The Weller doesn't have as big of a footprint as this other iron. So that's why I like to use it in situations like this, that other iron, is because the Weller doesn't have a huge footprint. But right now, it's not participating. And we do have a lot of solder on this thing. So I don't know if I'm going to clean this whole thing. This whole thing, cleaning it, I'll take some time. Okay, we can keep going, but I'm not gonna keep going with this. I'm just gonna test it, see what happens, and then we can go from there. If we get some kind of different reaction from it, then I might continue to clean it up and see if it's going to work. But I'm not gonna continue to put myself through that just to find out that it's not gonna work, and I don't really care to fix it. I just wanted to see if it was a quick fix or if this is something that's going to take a lot of time that I don't want to invest in this kind of device. And if I stop losing stuff, it'll also speed up the process because now I'm spending, 2 to 3 minutes looking for stuff that I should have put down properly or put away properly. It's like a huge power supply and I can't seem to figure out what I did with it. Found it. It fell into my basket of junk. Okay, and try again. All right, so now it's shutting off even faster than before, okay? So what I want to do now is I'm going to put the top back on. First, let's lay it back in here, just like that. And okay, making sure I'm not going crazy because it just seemed like it needed some kind of plastic over there, so I wanted to make sure that it had that there and that it's not just on the board, shorting out the board, okay? Kind of putting a little bit of bend on these braids to help see if this will help at all. This thing doesn't seem like it wants to bend at all. Just want to add some more pressure to these chips that's underneath here. Smells like it was in a barber shop. Has that barber smell to it. Like the sprays that they use, you can smell it. So this was probably inside of a barber shop. Okay. So now our power supply can now sit on top of this and we have no problem. Okay, and get that in there, and our power button, and let's put this blue thing back. Wait, we might have fixed the problem. Maybe. I don't know yet. But connect up that, and oh, so it looked like it did want to turn on. Yeah, so it's trying to turn on. Because I'm getting it to switch. I can see the input switching on my TV, but then it just immediately shuts down. So maybe this will be an interesting fix. Maybe. Maybe this will be an interesting fix. All right, so uh see, the problem with these kind of fixes is the time that it's going to take. And okay, let's try something else. um I'm going to try to use my heat gun to see if I keep the air on this, keeping it cool, see if it'll turn on. Okay, so that didn't do anything for it. So I don't think it's overheating. Something else is going on with it. One of the power rails are not turning on. And now we have to find out which one. Because if it's not a power rail that's not turning on, then maybe something else is going on with it. Let me try to bend these a little bit more and see if that helps. We used to put washers on them and stuff like that to try and help keep the, hold on. Maybe that will help a little bit more because now it's actually in the place that it's supposed to be and it's pressing up against the CPU, so it won't overheat. But normally you should be able to start it without without the CPU. I don't know what you want to call it. Heat dissipator. I don't know what to call it. I'm sure there's somebody that's in my chat that knows the exact name for it. But you should be able to start the console up without it for at least a few minutes. And I don't think that's an issue with this console. The reason why I say that is because it's wanting to turn on the TV. Like I'm seeing it change input and then immediately it shuts down. Which means that most of the power rails are turning on. But there's something preventing the last phase of power to this device. Yep, so that's not it. That is not the problem. So the problem is something on this board is not turning on. One of these power rails do not get enabled. Which means that I probably should take this whole thing apart. Okay, but we're getting right around the hour marker for our video, where we will stop the video. Okay, and we need to figure out why this board is not coming all the way out. That's lifting out. So it has something to do with underneath here. There is no screws that's holding it. I mean, if one of you guys know what's holding this thing back from coming all the way out, please let me know, because the pipe is connected up to the board, up to this metal right here. There we go. I mean, even with all the thermal paste all over the place, that should not stop it from turning on. All right, so what we'll do is we'll spend some time tonight trying to see if we can get some information on this and see what could possibly be going on with it. And then we'll go from there. So uh, we'll spend some time tonight doing some research and see what we can find out, and then from that we'll kind of see how we can fix this, if we can fix this. All right, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.